Shalom and welcome to the books of prophets. We are starting a new book today, the book of Ezekiel. We are starting with chapter 1, verse 1. In the 30th year, on the 5th day of the 4th month, when I was in the community of exiles by the Sabbath channel, the heavens opened, and I saw visions of Yahweh on the 5th day of the month. It was the 5th year of the exile of King Jehoiakim. The word of Yahweh came upon the Cohen, Ezekiel, son of Buzi, by the Kabbalah channel and the land of the Chaldeans, and the hand of Yahweh came upon him there. I looked, and lo, a stormy wind comes sweeping out of the north. A huge cloud and flashing fire surrounded me, a radiance, and in the center of it, in the center of the fire, a gleam as of amber. In the center of it were also the figures of 4 creatures, and this was their appearance. They had the figures of human beings. However, each of the 4 faces of each of them had 4 wings. The legs of each were fused together into a single rigid leg, and the feet of each were like a single calf's hoof, and their sparkles was like the luster of burnished bronze. They had human hands below their wings. The 4 of them had their faces and their wings on their 4 sides. Each one's wings touched those of the other. They did not turn when they moved. Each would move in the direction of one of the faces. Each of them had a human face at the front. Each had the 4 of the 4 had the face of a lion on the right. Each of the 4 had the face of an ox on the left, and each of the 4 had the face of an eagle at the back. Such were their faces. As for their wings, they were separated above. Each had 2 touching those of the others, while the other 2 covered their bodies, and each could move in the direction of any of its faces. They went wherever the Spirit impelled them to go, without turning when they moved. Such then was the appearance of the creatures. With them was something that looked like burning coals of fire. The fire, successive of torches, kept moving about them. The creatures, the fire, had a radiance, and lightning issued from the fire. Dashing to and fro among the creatures was something that looked like flares. As I gazed on the creatures, I saw 1 wheel on the ground next to each of the 4 faces creatures. As for the appearance and structure of the wheels, they gleamed like pearls. All 4 had the same form. The appearance and structure for each was as of 2 wheels cutting through each other, and when they moved, each could move in the direction of any of its 4 quarters. They did not veer when they moved. The rims were like the frightening, for the rims of all 4 covered all over with ice. And when the creatures moved forward, the wheels moved at their sides. And when the creatures were blown above the earth, the wheels were blown too. Wherever the Spirit impelled them to go, they went. Wherever the Spirit impelled them, and the wheels were blown alongside them, for the spirit of the creature was in the wheels. When those moved, these moved, and when those stood still, these stood still, and when those were blown about the earth, the wheels were blown alongside them, for the spirit of the creature was in the wheels. Above the heads of the creatures was a form, an expanse, as an awe-inspiring gleam as of crystal, was spread out above the heads. Under the expanse, each had one pair of wings extended towards those of the others, and each had another pair covering its body. When they moved, I would hear the sound of their wings like the sound of mighty rushing water, like the sound of Shaddai, a tumult like the din of an army. When they stood still, they would let their wings droop. From above the expanse over their heads came a sound. When they stood still, they would let their wings droop. Above the expanse over their heads was the semblance of a throne, an appearance like sapphire, and on top, upon the semblance of the throne, there was a semblance of a human form. From what appeared as his loins up, I saw a gleam of amber, what looked like the fire encased in a flame, and from what appeared to his loins down, I saw what looked like fire. There was a radiance all about them, like the appearance of the bow which shines in the clouds on the day of rain. Such was the appearance of the surrounding radiance. That was the appearance of the semblance of the presence of Yahweh. When I beheld it, I flung myself down on my face, and I heard a voice of someone speaking. Chapter 2, verse 1. And he said to me, O mortal, stand up on your feet, that I may speak to you. As he spoke to me, the Spirit entered into me and set me upon my feet, and I heard what was being spoken to me. He said to me, O mortal, I am sending you to the people of Israel, the nation of rebels, who have rebelled against me. That is, well as their fathers have defied me to this very day. For the sons are brazen of face and stubborn of heart. I sent you to them, and you shall say to them, Thus says Yahweh, whether they listen or not. For they are a rebellious breed, that they may know that there was a Navi among them. And you, mortal, do not fear them, and do not fear their words, though thistles and thorns press against you, and you sit upon scorpions. Do not be afraid of their words, and do not be dismayed by them, though they are a rebellious breed. But speak my words to them, whether they listen or not, for they are rebellious. And you, mortal, heed what I say to you. Do not be rebellious like the rebellious breed. Open your mouth and eat what I am to give you. As I looked, there was a hand stretched out to me, holding a written scroll. He unrolled it before me, and it was inscribed in both the front and the back. On it was written, Lamentations, Dirges, and Woes. May the Lord add his blessing to his reading. Thank you. Amen.